Hi everyone, this is MJ Kim. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Kim Kintosh. And today I want to introduce how to upgrade your MacBook Pro or MacBook Air. And then with the numerous the Kim Kintosh the series episode, and I introduce either Mac Pro or Mac Mini. But this time is Apple's new portable lineup for the MacBook series, either MacBook Air or MacBook Pro. And I personally have 2013 late 2013 15 inches MacBook Pro. I purchased that one in July in 2014 for late 2013 version. It's a 15 inches Retina display with a 16 gigabyte the onboard memory, and also 512 gigabyte is flash. So it's a i7 2.3 quad core turbo boost up to 3.5. If we just set in this MacBook Pro 2013 and then compare to the newest version 13 inches MacBook Pro, probably that's brand new is a 21 or 2200 Canadian dollars, and then this one's probably is a used market is at least 1000 to 1200, depends on the condition. So if you are going to upgrade, number one is a 512 gigabyte SSD to 1 terabyte, and then also number two, if you upgrade your Wi-Fi card, it's a just basic one to the 802.11 AC, which is newest support for the fiber optic. It's the fastest version, and your computer will be upgraded. And if you are considered to insert have a OWC Aurora double or Intel's or like Samsung Evo, and then your computers will be more faster than anybody else. So either you are using actually the other thing is battery upgrade. So since you have been using your MacBook Pro for 6 years, and personally my one has a battery swollen, so I have no choice but to replace it. So which is because the battery has been swollen, so the trackpad for left side is almost it's hard to the press. So first time I thought that I have to change the trackpad, but if I take him off the battery and hook it up the just AC right away, and there is no the heating issues, and there is no the battery problem, there is no the trackpad problem. So basically I realized that after a certain period of time, in the right side on top, Apple battery, the alert has a your battery needs to be replaceable. And then if you open it up your MacBook Pro, and then also you can see visually you can see that that battery has to be replaced, because those are the heavy metals, and the lithium ion, actually, if it can be liquid and they can penetrate to your skin, so basically it's very dangerous. When I replace my battery, actually there is two different instruction if you can see other YouTube channel, and one is just tear down everything, that which I did it, and then you're gonna see in the slide, PowerPoint slide. And the other thing is you just take him off, just the battery side, and then just replace the brand new one. So that shouldn't take that long, but I decide to tear down everything, that make sure that all the that lithium ion doesn't go into the other devices, so it could be damage to your logic board. Also, you keep in mind when you replace your battery, make sure that you run out of all the batteries less than 5%. So then when you plug off, and your logic board will be secure. So next slide is if you for the MacBook Air lineup for the current 1.1 dual core i3 processor with a turbo boost up to 3.2, you will spend $999 US dollar, or $1299. That's 8 gigabyte with a 256 gigabyte 260 gigabyte SSD storage, and then your memory is only 8 gigabytes. So if you are considered to use your MacBook Air for long term, and I would like to recommend you to spend another $250 more, because once you decide to buy it, and then you are not able to upgrade anything because everything is on board. 256 gigabyte SSD, and then if you are not store the heavy things, and then you are, if you are, you don't mind to bring your like external, you know, SSD, the external the storage drive with you know, your Thunderbolt 3, and then actually you might not mind, you don't mind to keep 256 gigabyte, but let me show the with a different the other side. So this is customize your MacBook Air Space Gray. The basic thing is a 1.1 gigahertz dual core, and then to change your the CPU, I don't think between this one that spend on $150 doesn't really matter. And then you could change to i7, but you will spend 380, which is you know, if you are using MacBook Air, you are not using heavy software. So I would like to keep it like this. Memory, as I explained to you before, and to spend an extra 250 is much better to keep your secure for the, you know, to use your MacBook for like 5 to 7 years. And then storage, if you consider to 256 gigabyte is enough, and then you want to store iCloud and or OneDrive, things like that, and 256 gigabyte SSD should be fine. But if you want to install the many different programs, I want you spend another 250. So it's already $1,549. Nothing else that you want to do it. And also you need it's MacBook Air. It doesn't have any the USB, the old style USB type, the B, and so everything is a Thunderbolt 3. So you need to have USB-C charge, and or like you wanna buy some docking station. So that will you decided whatever you want to do. So just go back to the next screen, and if you are considered to buy the right side lineup, those are the basic 1699. So let's go back to the other one. So if you decide to go to the 1699 one, the currency will be different between the American and Canadian side. So I just put the, you know, the price in the right side in the American, and the left one is a Canadian. So if you see the 1699 lineup, and just you see the one point. I would like to keep the CPU as the same processor, and then the memory 16 gigabyte memory, and the basic one is a 512 gigabyte SSD. So if you can also go to the 1 terabyte. So you spend the 2199 for MacBook Air, and it's good for like 7 years. I would guarantee it. And this system is pretty good. So you know, if you are spending this much money, as long as you keep your MacBook Air secure, this 2199 will be stay another 7 years, except the battery. So battery probably after 3 years, and you might as well to replace it. Otherwise, battery you know, performance is pretty bad, and battery can be stolen if you are charging and uncharged too much like that. So let's go back to MacBook Air. Those are MacBook Air. So I would recommend to upgrade to 16 gigabyte when you first time to purchase. So this is a MacBook Air high end. So it could go up to $2,429. So, and as I can show you, and 1 terabyte to 2 terabyte is additional 500 Canadian dollars. So I recommend you to use you know, storage, external storage rather than onboard style. because that cost $500 is too much. And then next one is used to have a 13 inches mid 2013 Mac OS Catalina MacBook Air, 1.3 gigahertz Intel Core i5, and memory has a 4 gigabyte only. Those are on board, so you are not able to do anything with your the 4 gigabyte. So that's the CPU performance mark is 2158. A brand new i3 1.1 gigahertz the CPU mark, even though it's 1.1 gigahertz, and its performance is almost double, 326 with the old MacBook Air. And if you are considered to use the fastest SSD like a Samsung Evo or the Intel or OWC Aura double dual, and then you are able to you feel like it is gonna be very fast, and unless you open up many heavy things more than 4 gigabyte. So this is a MacBook Air repair and upgrade project, and left one is actually screen was broken. So that broken screen, MacBook Air screen is not much expensive. So you could upgrade, you could replace this MacBook Air if you know how to upgrade it by yourself, and probably you will spend $200. And based on your screen grade, if it's A, it's probably $200. If it's B, it's 150. If it's C, grade C is 112, 110. So it's a screen replacement for a MacBook Air is not expensive. So also with the Thunderbolt display, and then you are going to use your external like monitor, and then if you don't carry this your MacBook Air too much, and then instead of replace your screen, and then you might as well to just buy a 22 to 27 inches monitor, so you are actually connect to the different monitors to see it. This is good for music editing and good for students and general office work. Is the system is affordable for Office Mac user, and then also if you are going to upgrade a 512 gigabyte, and you are able to use Mac OS X Catalina or like Windows 10 Bootcamp. So MacBook Air repair replacement is you tear down all the MacBook from the cover. Actually taking off the most likely you're gonna take out everything in order to replace the MacBook screen. Let's talk about MacBook Pro. So MacBook Pro current lineup, and then personally I have Apple Mac Pro, the late 2013 version. It's cost $2,449 US. I purchased it 6 years ago, and then that was July 21st, 2014. I bought it. 2.3 gigahertz, 7 quad core, and memory 16 gigabyte on board. So 2880 by 1800 Retina display is still good for that. If you're looking at from Staples or Best Buy or Walmart, most likely the PC, the laptop has a 1080p, 1920 by 1080p, but the MacBook Pro has a very pretty good lineup for the screen display. So just basic. This left one is a Canadian side of 16 inches, $2,999 for basic. 512 gigabyte storage and 16 gigabyte DDR memory, and then those are AMD Radeon 5300M with a 4 gigabyte GDDR6 memory, and then 2.6 gigahertz 6 core 9 generation Intel Core i7 processor. So you spend $2,999 plus taxes of probably 3,200 Canadian, or like if you are refurbished late 2013 like this, which is the my one, and then you will spend almost half price, less than half price, and then actually you can make it pretty affordable things. So keep in mind, either you're gonna buy brand new or just refurbish the old one to be used utilized. First things, you're gonna change to SSD 512 gigabyte to 1 terabyte. which is most fast in the to improve your system. Number two is you gotta change to the your airport card. It's with the current system AC, the 802.11 AC, and also nothing else you can change it because memory is a 16 gigabyte only. So this is a high-end CTO customized order 2020 MacBook Pro. So let's see the screen, then how I can change this one. So go back to MacBook Pro. So price will be different because I'm looking at the the Canadian website. It's not American. So if you are multiply 1.35, that will be no divide you are multiply 0.75, that will be American dollars. So MacBook Pro 16 inches. So you have a two different lineup. Go to the buy. I like the display for the brand new, the 2020 MacBook Pro, and still I'm using my late 2013 Retina display and 27 inches Thunderbolt 2. I just stop by the Staples and see how it looks like. It's beautiful, but the cost wise is a lot. So let's see the affordable one, 2.6 gigahertz, 6 core, 512 gigabyte storage. So let's do the left one. So this is lineup. Processor i9. So if you are already consider to spend the $3,000, and I would rather to choose i9 $380 because you cannot replace it after you purchase it. So that's 3,379. 32 gigabytes $500. 64 gigabyte is $1,000. You could buy a 32, but I would say 32 gigabytes 5 year. So if you consider to keep these ones for like over 7 to 10 years, I would rather choose $1,000 because it's all on board. Radeon 5500 8 gigabyte DDR2 6 is $250. Those are really good ones. So this you could if you are graphic user, graphic designers, and I would spend like 750. Storage, you cannot upgrade because it will be on board. So I would say the 1 terabyte, and using all the rest it will be external. So 5629. So probably you are graphic designer and movie makers, and Final Cut Pro 399. The Logic Pro for music, I'm not music, so $6,2800 plus tax, 13% Ontario tax, 6,500. We are going to spend this much money. And this is the high end for the right side, and 8,379. I would say the 6 to 10 years in good shape with a high end investment, except battery. So American side, your high end will be, you are actually choose 8 terabyte, $6,699. It might be worth it for you to use as a professional. Mac Pro lowest and high stand up. The reason I want to introduce these things are your high end MacBook i9, 2.4 gigahertz, the 8 core, 15,269 CPU mark, and then i5, 1.4 gigahertz. Those are lowest MacBook Pro 13 lineup is 8,227. So performance is almost double compared to 13 inches the MacBook lineup. MacBook Pro lowest and highest lineup. So 1500, 269, 8227, and MacBook Pro late 2013, which is which one, which is I have that one. 60, 40, 198 is i7 2.6 gigahertz. Those are the 2020 brand new 13 inches. And also I have a i7 quad core 2.30 gigahertz. Those are 4169. So compared to the brand new 13 inches, i7 the 2013 is still good, because you can cover with the other things to improve yourself. So that's why. So next one is 13, the Vest 15 MacBook Pro used one selection. So I have two MacBook Pro, the line of MacBook Pro late 2013 15 inches Retina display, MacBook Pro early 2015 i3 13 inches Retina display. Early 2015 has a hard had screen issues, so I need to replace the screen. So that this is from the replacement 13 Retina display screen part cost is minimum $370 and maximum $750, depends on the grade. So $750 one is pretty expensive, but actually the spotless $370, or like you know like Stargate issues, or like a spot, white spot, things like that, or you can visually see the most things, but the cover is not that great. So basically, the repairing cost for like a MacBook Pro, a Retina display is expensive. Just to let you know that you might as well to sell your broken one and buy the brand new one, or like buy the used one instead of replacing this, because repairing cost is too much. 8 GB RAM has attached to the logic board. Good to intermediate user. SSD only 128 GB for early 2015, so it can be upgraded to 2 TB. MacBook Pro late 2013, upgrade to the 1 TB SSD. We changed the battery and then Wi-Fi Bluetooth card, it's the replacement, and then also install the 1 TB the Samsung Evo. Apple MacBook Pro early 15 13 inches, as long as it's good, and then you go to the Apple store, they will replace to they will actually give the money back to you, $380 US Canadian, and $300 US. So if you consider to trade your devices, and actually those late MacBook Pro is $380. Actually the on the market is almost over than double. So it's just only the cost for the trading your devices, because Apple stores, they are commercial and they need to make a profit. So like if somebody has a business, probably they can give you $500, and then on the market with just for personal use, you could depends on the grade, you could get up to $1,000. So Apple MacBook Pro late 2013 15 inches Retina, $470 Canadian. Oh, those are Apple MacBook Pro, sorry, and then this is MacBook Air, sorry about that. um, so like MacBook Pro, $470, because those are high end at the time, and so that estimates $470, depends on the grade. Grade should be A, and then you've got 370 the trade-in value. So between 13 inches MacBook Pro and between MacBook Pro late 2013, those are 407 Canadian or 380 Canadian. So those are almost $90 differences. And for MacBook Pro 30, late 2013, I had the battery issues. So you're gonna see the left the pictures that the battery has been swollen like this. Actually, those are new replacement. And then there are two ways to replace the battery. One is for my things that in the right side picture, and then I take him off and then tear down everything in order to protect the Mac as itself. If you see it, I'm using the aluminum foil to protect the screens and everything, in case, because my one has already been swollen. So actually I have wear the gloves and safety glasses, make sure and nothing comes down, or prevent from explosion. And I actually get the batteries almost to the three less than 3%, and take off the battery and take off the everything, the logic board, and actually I replace uh, the traditional way. But if you decide to just replace the battery itself, and you could just replace the battery, not tear down all the logic board, but you are using the spruder and just scratch all that for the stickers, because very the tight to attach to the board, the case. So I almost spent 1 hour to take all this out. So if you have a glue gun, like the sticker remover, the liquid, and then you could use that one, and then it might be easier to do it. And also it could damage your trackpad or keyboard. So just careful. Almost I spent 1 hour to take those battery out. But if you are doing hard, maybe the liquid comes out from. So just make sure that you have a proper PPE, safety glasses, and just all your clothes has cover everything, including socks and everything. So no exposed to skin, because those are heavy metals. And also to purchase the new battery, and then just put the right away. So you see the left side, I don't have an actual screen that how many times I charge it, but the ones in here from the MacBook Air, and has a, if you see the power, and go to charge information, like cycle count is charge is 361. The right one is because of that's brand new, cycle count is 1. And also the new project has with the MacBook Pro, we did this touch bar, 15 inches touch bar, and actually we could make those MacBook Air to touch screen. So those are cost wise is $100. And also MacBook Pro repair and upgrade project 2. So Wi-Fi issue, battery issues, purchase price at $2,449 in July 14. Refurbished price from Best Buy is $1,049 US. So after 6 years, those costs will be 42.83%. So performance base is almost same. So better than this is better than new MacBook Air for the refurbished one, to spend $1,049 USD or 1,300 Canadian. From Geekbench 5, and then actually this is all the devices I have at home. And Mac Pro 5.1 6000, the multi-core score, and then MacBook Pro 13-inch mid 2020 is 863. So you see all the performance score. MacBook Air 13 inches mid 2013 is 454. So that's between 454 to 863. So MacBook Intel Core i5 1.4 gigahertz 4 core is better than Mac Pro 5.1. So as you can see, but the MacBook Pro 5.1 has a 12 cores, so that 12 core score is almost double. So MacBook Pro 5.1 is 10 years old. Mac Pro is a pretty good multi-core score. Geekbench GPU, MacBook Air is a 3124. MacBook Pro MacBook Pro 13 inches mid 2020 6184. Mac Mini has a lowest poor performance 1075, the Mac Pro 5.1, AMD Radeon RX 580. Those 8 gigabyte is 45,375. So if you want to do the graphics and desktop is the best bet, or you are using Thunderbolt 3 the eGPU, and then you could buy Radeon the Sapphire 5700 XT. Those are 8 gigabyte is probably cost wise 600 Canadian. The next project is a MacBook Pro 13 inches Retina display, early 2015. Repair project is uh, 1549 Canadian when it produced, and current refurbished price from bestbuy.com is 729 American. So you purchase 1299. So MacBook Pro 13 inches pretty much usable. That cost wise is only 40%. So for 5 years, and you still can your price will be still the 729.99. So that's the i5 15 inches i5 2.7 gigahertz dual core, 8 gigabyte is 1867 DDR3, 120 gigabyte SSD PCI. So you could replace your the airport card, or you could replace your SSD, and then after that you could use without any problem. Wi-Fi upgrade and screen replacement project. So that's three, and you can see the C grade US $399 for screen replacement, and also $40 US for the graphics, and probably $200 for SSD from 128 gigabyte to 500 gigabyte. So still you're gonna spend if your screen is broken, and probably you're gonna expect 600-700 you're gonna spend it, and just SSD upgrade it has $200 Canadian, and then actually $60 for Wi-Fi card. So dual monitor 27 Apple display Thunderbolt 2, and actually you can use 27 inches, and then also you can use a built-in display. The late 2013 the MacBook Pro has a dual the GPU, so you can use Intel the inside, and then also you can use GTX GPU chips. So Mac OS 11 Big Sur, and it will be announced in the later 2020, probably November or December, and all the support is a MacBook 2015 and later, MacBook Pro late 2013 and later, iMac 2014 and later, Mac Pro as a 2013 and later with the MacBook Trash the Mac, MacBook Air 2013 and later, and Mac Mini is a 2014 and later, iMac Pro is a 2017 and later. But if you are considered to use the old Mac to run Big Sur, we have a clue, and then actually we are going to use the open core to run the Big Sur, because I already my Mac Pro has a 2010 2012, and I'm still running the Big Sur, but there are lots of work to customize all the Wi-Fi card, Bluetooth card, and everything, so that will be challenging for you guys. If you are considered to keep your Mac with a small space like myself, and then Mac Mini is the best bet. Right now is Mac Mini 2018 or 2020 has everything soldered except memory, so you could upgrade your RAM to 64 gigabyte, but your SSD is only 256 gigabyte if you purchase just basic one. So far I have been pretty much this is a hobby level, because I like Mac. I have been using Mac since 1986, and then I don't think it's not profitable level at this time. But if you want to discuss idea, or if you want me to consult that what you needed, probably I could do the service. All different type of Macs and iPad or iMac, iPhone. I have been, just spend some time to, repair. So if you want to take my idea or want to get my service, please feel free to contact me anytime. And then the Kimkintosh, the version, I try to upgrade every 2 weeks. Thank you very much to watching my video. If you like it, and you can subscribe it, and also you can click to like it. Thank you very much.